Right now, breaking news in Baltimore. A portion of the Francis Scott Key Bridge has collapsed after a cargo ship crashed into it. We have the updates and efforts to save the people in the water.
Plus, developments in the Mark Wagner trial as the suspect he shot takes the stand.
And it is a wet start to our Tuesday morning. The rain pretty steady throughout the overnight period. We'll talk about, see how long this will last coming up.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Shane Hogan.
I'm Chris Stanford. That breaking news in Baltimore this morning, if you are just tuning in, the video of that bridge collapse is very reminiscent of the I-35W bridge collapse in Minneapolis from several years ago. And the developing situation is very dire. They're describing that as a dire emergency this morning.
Search and rescue is continuing at this moment. We have plenty of details and updates that we will get to throughout the morning. But first, we're going to get a check on the first warn weather as that rain continues to come down with Kelly Slifka. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It is a busy morning in the weather department as well, as we are seeing some of this rain that has been spreading in. You can see the rain fairly steady right now in Madison, but as you get toward Mount Horeb and New Glarus, the rain has diminished quite a bit. As we put this in animation, Lone Rock down toward Dodgeville, seeing some quieter weather, Platteville area as well. But we're at the rain here in Madison. I think this will be tapering off in the next half hour or so and get a little bit of a break before some more rain moves in a little bit later on. You can see on our future track, we'll get a little bit of a break. Some more showers starting to spread in after 9 o'clock. That's coming in from the south as temperatures are in the 50s this morning. But just be on the lookout for some ponding of water on some of those roads with the overnight rain. Some locations picking up 1 to 2 inches of rain, especially to the east of Madison over the last 24 hours. And keep those headlights on even when that sun is up while it's raining. 50 right now in Madison, 51 currently in Middleton. So a mild start to the morning. We may rise another degree or two, but after that, I expect these temperatures to fall a little bit later on this afternoon. A wet start to the day. We do have a southerly wind up there at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. That will eventually switch around to the west and usher in some cooler temperatures later today. When will we see some sunshine? We have that in the forecast, along with another chance of rain later this week coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you. Now back to that breaking news this morning in Baltimore, where the Francis Scott Key Bridge, I-695, has collapsed in the Patapsco River.
We've learned in the last half an hour that 2 people have been pulled from the water there. One of them is in serious condition. Fire officials believe 7 people may still be in the river. Search and rescue is continuing at this moment. Here's what happened in the overnight hours. You can see this dramatic video of a container ship crashing directly into one of the support columns of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. That caused a large section of the bridge to crumble completely into the water. You see it there. The Baltimore Fire Department is treating the collapse as a developing mass casualty event. Of course, we will continue to update you throughout the morning with new information as it comes in. Now to continuing coverage of the trial of DCI agent Mark Wagner.
Yesterday, the man he shot more than 2 years ago as part of a drug investigation took the stand to testify against him. Quadron Wilson was wanted on drug charges in February of 2022 when Wagner opened fire on him during an arrest attempt. Wagner is charged with endangering the public when he began shooting at Wilson as part of that arrest operation. Yesterday, Wilson took the stand to give his side of the story, sharing what happened after he was shot. Listen.
He was just on top of me. He was just like, if you move, you don't move, or I'll I don't even want to repeat this shit.
Was that once the officers got inside the vehicle?
Yeah, he was like, he's hit, like it wasn't nothing or something like.
Wagner's trial is scheduled to last until the end of this week. We'll be keeping you up to date on the bridge collapse in Baltimore and the Mark Wagner trial as developments happen. Make sure to download the Channel 3000 mobile app to your smartphone so you don't miss a thing. A 6-year-old boy remains in the hospital this morning 9 days after being involved in an ATV crash in Muscadet. The child's in critical but stable condition after the March 16th crash where the ATV he was on crashed into a trailer being pulled by a pickup. He was sitting in front of a male driver on the vehicle. The driver, his father, was released from the hospital but received several citations, including operating an ATV without a valid license and operating an ATV in a careless manner. Neither the man nor the boy was wearing helmets.
Dane County wants to expand its CARES program to communities beyond Madison. CARES, standing for Community Alternative Response Emergency Services, are additional resources for nonviolent behavioral emergencies and crises in the community. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi is including $200,000 in his budget for cities and villages outside of Madison to apply.
We've worked with the city of Madison to look at what will be the most effective and doable way to start moving toward an expansion. And so this partnership between the county and the city and then our surrounding communities is a good first step.
CARES teams also refer individuals to appropriate treatment centers and services.
Governor Evers is dedicating a portion of State Highway 11 to a fallen soldier.
Corporal Benjamin H. Neal was a graduate of Parkview High School. On April 25th, 2012, Corporal Neal died from injuries caused by an explosive device in Afghanistan. Some of his honors include the Purple Heart and Bronze Star. Yesterday, Governor Evers signed Act 215 designating part of State Highway 11 as the Corporal Benjamin H. Neal Memorial Highway. The governor releasing a statement that reads in part, quote, "A decorated war hero, Benjamin H. Neal, exemplified the very best of us, showing courage in the face of danger and unwavering commitment to the well-being and safety of our nation." SSM Health St. Mary's in Janesville is celebrating a brand new addition to its cancer care center. The Hope Blooms Resource Space opened its doors yesterday for anyone undergoing cancer treatment. That includes people who aren't receiving care at SSM Health as well. The resource space provides items that cancer patients can use, like wigs and wig styling appointments, and support materials like resource guides, activity books, and novels.
Time right now is 6:06. New York Appeals Court ruled yesterday that former President Donald Trump must now post bond of $175 million in a civil fraud case against him. That is down from the $454 million he initially owed. The court is also allowing Trump an extra 10 days to pay up. The former president was found to have inflated his assets to acquire favorable loans for his businesses. There was also a major decision in another one of the cases against the former president. We'll tell you about that in our next half hour.
Looking ahead now to Wisconsin's presidential primary election next Tuesday, the Justice Department is reiterating that threats made to elections officials will be subject to prosecution. An Ohio man was sentenced yesterday to 2.5 years in prison for sending death threats to Arizona's former Secretary of State for certifying Joe Biden's 2020 presidential victory there over Donald Trump. The department formed a special task force to track down threats following the 2020 election. There are currently at least 7 federal cases in which out-of-state people have threatened elections officials just in Arizona.
Death threats are not debate. Death threats do not contribute to the marketplace of ideas. Death threats are not First Amendment protected speech.
The Justice Department says since the task force went into action across the country, at least 20 people have been charged for making serious threats against those elections officials and workers. So far, 13 have been convicted.
The Department of Homeland Security raided multiple homes of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Officials tell CBS News that the raids in Los Angeles and Miami Beach are part of a possible ongoing sex trafficking investigation. The 54-year-old founder of Bad Boy Records has been accused of sexual misconduct, including rape and assault, by several women since November. It is unclear if Combs was home during the raids. The Department of Homeland Security said it will provide further information as it becomes available.
6:08 now. New developments overnight in the Israel-Hamas war. 2 top Israeli officials' visit to Washington today has been canceled. Advisors to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu were set to discuss Israel's planned invasion of Rafah, as well as alternatives that the U.S. has pushed for. The Prime Minister says the U.S.'s decision to abstain rather than vote against the UN resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in the conflict is the reason for the meeting cancellation. This comes as ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas continue.
Coming up next, Wisconsin women's basketball faced Southern Indiana in the WNIT tournament. Find out how they fared next.
And in the 608 this morning, I'll share where and when you can grab a meal this week and support Special Olympics Wisconsin.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Camry, RAV4, or Tundra Hybrid.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, it's Preston with Window World, your locally owned and nationally known window company located right here in Madison. Come see what our Window World family can do for your next remodel.
It's time to let go and move on to something better. At Window World, get a beautiful new patio door professionally installed for just $3,700. Don't wait any longer.
Visit windowworldmadison.com or
call us today.
Window World.
Welcome to Badgerscape Design and Landscape. We offer a full range of landscaping services, from design to maintenance. Our professional team is dedicated to meeting all your landscaping needs. Call us at 608-295-1446 or visit badgerscapedesignandlandscape.com.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Getting up to 5% back is easy at Fleet Farm. Fleet Rewards members can earn up to 5% back on every purchase, in-store and online. The earnings stack up automatically. The more you buy, the more you earn. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. And Fleet Rewards membership is easy, so sign up now and start earning up to 5% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608 this morning, a chance for you to give back to Special Olympics Wisconsin this week.
That's right. Our Josh Sprider is here with how it involves grabbing some grub. There you go. Hey, Josh.
Hey, we love food, guys, and this one's just for you. Special Olympics Wisconsin once again joining forces with Jersey Mike's subs locations in the 608 and beyond this week. This is for the 14th annual March Month of Giving campaign to support local charities. We want to give you a heads up that tomorrow is Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Local Jersey Mike's restaurants will give 100% of Wednesday's sales, not just profit, to Special Olympics Wisconsin. Also happening during this month of March, customers have the option to round up their purchase to the nearest dollar and give back that way as well. Right now, you can also donate $1, $3, or $5 when placing your order. I'm told every little donation helps, as all of this goes straight back into the community. Special Olympics Wisconsin says these donations support both their coaches and athletes and really means a lot to them. For more information on Jersey Mike's, you can visit their Month of Giving page. You can also find your closest Jersey Mike's location by going to this story at channel3000.com. Through this, they've been able to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for Special Olympics Wisconsin over the years. And
awesome.
It's amazing because we're making an impact on all these folks across the state, not just here locally, but all across Wisconsin, and giving them the opportunity to, you know, do some of the things that we all want to be able to do, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
The Special Olympics Wisconsin, an outstanding organization that does so much good throughout the state. And you said all of the sales, not just the profits.
It's 100%.
That's unbelievable.
So whatever you spend at Jersey Mike's tomorrow is going to go right back to Special Olympics Wisconsin.
Get on
exactly.
Get on your Google Maps, find the one that's closest to you. I mean, get some lunch, get some dinner.
It's not often when we can say 100% is going into it, so that's pretty huge.
Yeah,
so happening tomorrow, I wanted to give you guys a heads up.
Jersey Mike stepping up once again with
Big
its
time.
14th year doing this.
Yes, yeah, a long time.
Incredible. Thanks, Josh.
You bet.
Josh is always looking for inspiration to share with you folks at home in the 608. If you have a story idea you'd like to see on TV, find him on social media. He's at Josh Brighter TV, or email him at in the608@wisc-tv.com.
It's 6:14 on your Tuesday. Kelly Slipka's outside. He's got his umbrella. Still coming down out there, Kelly?
Yeah, it is. It's not coming down as hard as what it was last time I was out here about a half of an hour ago. Just some sprinkles currently falling. But, yeah, you're going to probably need the rain gear throughout the morning hours. It's not going to be completely steady rain, but we've got occasional showers at times, so it's going to be pretty wet. Need the boots out here as well with all the puddles that we've got going on. We are looking at temperatures that will actually fall this afternoon behind a cold front. That should put an end to most of the precipitation. And temperatures will be near 40 tomorrow, so quite a bit cooler than where we've been. All right, I want to quickly go back one frame here. I want to show you some of the rain that has fallen across southern Wisconsin. You see 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain off to the east, that purple shading in Jefferson County, Rock County, down toward Janesville and Beloit. In Madison on the east side, 1 inch to 1.5 inches. On the west side, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and the amounts do taper the further west you go. But we still have some of the rain falling, especially on the north side, going through Wanakee, Sun Prairie, seeing the rain. Beaver Dam, Poinet, seeing rain as well. As you get toward the Fitchburg, Verona area, just a few sprinkles. We're on the southwest side, and just a few sprinkles here at the station currently. And there will be a little bit of a drying trend for a couple of hours, but more energy coming in out of Iowa that will likely enhance that rain again later this morning. Here's the storm system, kind of a tale of two weather extremes, from the rain that we have here, mild weather here, to that cold snow that's flying across Minnesota, even into north central Iowa. We really won't see much of the snow out of this, maybe a flake or two later today, but I tell you what, the robins are happy with this rain because I saw plenty of night crawlers out here. They won't have to be raiding the bird feeder because of all the worms and night crawlers out here this morning. All right, wind speeds out of the south, they'll be picking up at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. As this storm system wraps up, eventually the wind will switch around the west-northwest. That'll bring in some cooler temperatures and maybe a flake or two of snow, but most of the precipitation should come to an end later this afternoon through the evening hours. But after this, we are looking at another chance of some rainfall. That'll be coming in Friday night into a Saturday. That looks like another opportunity. And even as we go into April next week, looking at more rain chances Monday and Tuesday. All right, so we'll get a little bit of a break in the rain for a time this morning, but as we get closer to 10 o'clock, more rain moving in from the south. Temperatures in the low 50s early this afternoon, but dropping through the 40s as some of that colder air wraps in. May actually see a flake or two of snow, and temperatures down closer to 30, so below freezing as we go through the late evening. Talking about generally a 10 to maybe 1/4 inch of rain. Unfortunately, the areas that really need it in southwestern Wisconsin that are still under that severe drought, maybe not as much, probably less than 1/10 inch. All this should be winding down later today. 51 in the Dells, it's 49 in Camp Douglas, 50 in Madison, so all of us on the mild side. 52 yet in Janesville. Across Dane County, it's 50 in Sauk City, 49 Mount Horeb and Cross Plains, 50 in Oregon and also Stoughton. So a rainy Tuesday, should be letting up a little bit this afternoon. A colder day Wednesday, waking up to some 20s the next couple of mornings with afternoon highs in the 40s through Thursday. Then we rebound back in the 50s with that chance of rain holding off until Friday night into a mainly Saturday morning. Temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50 this weekend.
The Wisconsin Badger women's basketball team opening up its own postseason play in the WNIT, traveling to face Southern Indiana. It was pretty early for the Badgers. They trailed by as much as 19, but in the fourth quarter, a late comeback fueled by Sarah Williamson's 24 points and Ronnie Porter's 19 put the Badgers ahead for good. They upset the Screaming Eagles 67-62. Badgers face Illinois State now in the next round. You can catch that Thursday night at 6 p.m. at the Kohl Center.
Meanwhile, the men's NCAA tournament continues this week right here on CBS. Starting Thursday at 6:09, it'll be Clemson versus Arizona, followed by Alabama and top seed North Carolina. Then on Friday at 6:09, Marquette will take on NC State, followed by Duke versus Houston. The other 4 games airing, including those featuring Illinois and Purdue, will be on TBS and True TV. And speaking of the Marquette Golden Eagles, the team receiving quite a showing of support after returning to campus yesterday following their big win over Colorado to advance to the Sweet 16. There you see the fans waiting to give the players some love. It's the first time since 2013 that Marquette has made it to the Sweet 16. March is the month of tournaments, of course. The Wisconsin men's hockey team knows who they will now face in the first round of the NCAA tournament as well. The Badgers will battle the defending national champs, the Quinnipiac Bobcats, on Friday. If they win 2 games, they'd move on to the Frozen Four in St. Paul, Minnesota. Wisconsin finished the regular season on a bit of a sour note, losing against Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament. But Coach Mike Hastings says the energy heading into their first round matchup is exactly where you want to be.
The guys they've been really excited about. How can you not be? When you're one of 16 teams playing at this time of the year, it's a goal you have going all the way back to the summer. You want to take advantage of the opportunity that you have. And so their energy's been very good. They've been willing to put in the work.
The puck drops at 4:30 p.m. on Friday in Providence, Rhode Island. Good luck to them.
How do you feel about your Golden Eagles in the Sweet 16?
I'm fired up. I'm so excited that Marquette is back in the Sweet 16. You know, when I was at school, they didn't really do anything in the tournament. So I like their chances. I like their chances to move on to the Elite Eight. Very exciting.
All right. Excited for you.
Thank you.
We'll have more news to come here on News 3 Now this morning.
And coming up in our next half hour, the Supreme Court is set to hear arguments today on a key abortion case. We have those details coming up. We're back after this.
Eric Franke, News 3 Now at 5, 6, and 10. Moving forward.
Put a stop to drafts and lower your energy bills with new expertly installed EcoSky windows from Mad City Windows. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and also your trusted source for custom bathing solutions and kitchen cabinet refacing. Replace your windows now during our Spring Into Savings event. Get a house full of new windows for only $49.95. That's right, just $4,995 for a house full of new windows with 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 18 months. Senior and military discounts. Plus, receive a free $100 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. And call during this program for a bonus. Purchase 10 or more of our premium windows and receive free installation on a new patio door. From Madison and throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616.
When you download the Pick and Save app, enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. You can always discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You made a cow. Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
BMO. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing at your local Cub Cadet dealer today. To find the dealer near you, visit cubcadetdealers.com.
This month, we're looking for 200 homeowners interested in getting a new fence. We're offering up to $1,000 off, plus an upgrade of up to 10 free solar caps. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Call now or visit the website for your new fence today.
Catch the Bucks on broadcast TV when they square off with the Pelicans on your new local home for select Bucks games. Watch Giannis and the Bucks fly into NOLA to zap Zion and the soaring Pelicans. It's Dame time in the Big Easy. Bucks, Pelicans on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Thursday, March 28th at 7 on Television Wisconsin.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It is 6:24 on your Tuesday. Check this out. A tiger cub named Lily there brought out her inner kitten when playing playfully at a feather. Or is she going to do anything? Let's see.
She was just swatting at it a little
okay,
bit.
there we go. Sorry, I wasn't looking. Oh,
there she can look at that.
Goodness. On a crazy busy day with breaking news, it's nice to...
A nice little break.
Yeah, it is nice to have a little break. Look at that little tiger cub. That is pretty cute. Oakland Zoo here. She was rescued from a private facility with multiple bone fractures. Earlier in March, the zoo said the cub would be moved to a licensed facility specializing in big cat care.
Looks like she's doing wonderfully now. That's great to see.
It is.
A nice story of recovery there. They are big kitties at heart. They will rip your face off, though.
They will, absolutely, if they wanted to. They could definitely do that. I would never mess with one of those things. But fun to look at when you're sitting in a TV studio thousands of miles away.
Right. Hey, we've got some soggy conditions out there. Everything's kind of waterlogged right now.
Yeah, you know, I walked out. It felt warm out there. It was like 50 degrees as we walked out. But yeah, it was not very pleasant there, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a damp morning, and as I was mentioning earlier, the ground has been fairly mild because of the warm temperatures that we've had over the last couple of weeks, and the night crawlers are out, so the rain is definitely bringing out those. We are looking at some wet weather this morning into the afternoon. I think that rain will taper off later today, but those temperatures will actually fall from the low 50s this morning through the 40s. Tomorrow will be a much colder start to the day in the 20s. We should be up close to 40, but sunshine returns 48 on Thursday. Mid-50s on Friday. That's out ahead of our next system. That'll bring us some rain showers. That'll be developing Friday night into Saturday. Right now, Easter does look dry. Temperatures in the upper 40s.
All right, when we come back, we'll have an update on the breaking news in Baltimore. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Not all replacement windows are the same. Take a look at new EcoSky windows exclusively from Mad City, with a higher energy rating than other windows on the market, featuring sky mirror technology, layers of low E, and built-in weather barriers to give your home an energy upgrade. Call now for an incredible offer you won't find anywhere else. It's our Spring into Savings event. Get a house full of new windows for only $49.95. That's all new windows expertly installed for only $4,995 with zero down, zero interest, and zero payments for 18 months. And receive a free $100 Walmart gift card with in-home estimate. Plus a bonus call during this program. Purchase 10 or more of our premium windows and receive free installation on a patio door. From Madison and throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616.
The Honda you want is here. Driving the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. All from the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird. With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U, get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
This week at Hy-Vee, get ham for the same price as in 2005. That's the same price as nearly 20 years ago. Just $1.49 a pound. Get Cook's Super Trim ham portions for just $1.49 a pound. That's right, just $1.49 a pound. Plus other great deals on everything you need for Easter. all week long, only at Hy-Vee.
Right now, breaking news in Baltimore. A major bridge is down after it was struck by a cargo ship. We'll have the efforts to rescue the people who fell into the water.
Plus, going to trial. Donald Trump is set to be the first former president to face a jury for criminal charges. Why the judge is moving the case forward.
And we've had some wet weather over the last couple of hours. It is breaking up a little bit, but more rain on the way later this morning. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Thanks for tuning in this morning, folks. You are watching News 3 Now this morning on a very busy Tuesday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Shane Hogan. We've been tracking that breaking news in Baltimore all morning long, that bridge coming down, and we've got the latest on those search and rescue efforts coming up.
The latest images that we're seeing, the first after the sun came up this morning from that overnight bridge collapse, we will show you in just a moment. They're really something to see. We are tracking also rain out there this morning that's impacting folks here in south central Wisconsin. Let's get to Kelly Slifka and your certified most accurate forecast. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, we did have a pretty steady rain for a couple of hours. Now it's starting to lighten up, at least in Madison. Just a few sprinkles, maybe some drizzle here downtown Madison on the south side. The steadier rains up there toward Deerfield and DeForest, up through Beaver Dam, seeing most of the steadier rains right now. As all this is lifting up to the north, from the north side of Madison up through Watertown, over to Fort Atkinson. Janesville, looks like the rain is lifted up to the north, and it's lifted to the north of New Glarus as well. Now, as we look at our future track radar, I think we'll have a couple of hours of generally dry weather, at least not steady rains, maybe a sprinkle or a passing shower, but I think that will enhance a little bit as we get toward about 10, 11 o'clock this morning. So it's going to be rainy at times, and especially this morning into the early afternoon hours, and then we've got some colder, drier air working in later today. That means those temperatures will actually fall from the low 50s this morning through the 40s, waking up to 20s tomorrow and only getting up close to 40, but we should get back into some sunshine tomorrow. 50 in Madison, also Monona, DeForest at 50, Cambridge currently 50 as well this morning. So fairly mild out there, but it is wet as well with the south winds at 13 miles per hour. A little bit of a break in the rain, at least for a time this morning, but as we get toward 10 and up toward about the noon hour, looking at more showers to spread through the areas. Temperatures climb in the low 50s. We are talking about some cooler weather, at least briefly, before some mild weather and more rain heads our way later this week. More coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. We want to get right away to that breaking news in Baltimore, Maryland. Here is that incredible video overnight showing the Francis Scott Key Bridge, a major connection in the city. I-695 snapping and falling into the water. A container ship rammed into one of the columns of the bridge and then caught fire, sending a thick black smoke into the sky. You can see that video of when it first happened overnight. Just absolutely stunning to watch.
1.5 mile stretch of bridge falling into the water in a matter of a couple of seconds. And this morning we're getting our first glimpses after the sun has come up of the wreckage. Here is a look, a live feed from Baltimore, Maryland this morning as rescuers are currently searching for people still in the water, but reports differ on how many. The latest from the Baltimore fire chief coming just less than an hour ago that they believe around 7 people are in the water after they rescued 2 people from the water earlier this morning. Baltimore fire officials still call this a dire emergency and that their focus right now is on the rescue and recovery efforts of those in the water. We're watching this closely and we'll have frequent updates throughout News 3 Now this morning. Other big national news this morning, we now know when Donald Trump's first criminal trial will begin.
That's right. He's the former president will be in court for the hush money case. That will happen on April 15th. He's accused of paying off a former adult film star, Stormy Daniels, that he had an affair with to keep her quiet. In court, Trump's lawyers argued the case should be thrown out because of a last-minute evidence dump. But the judge in the case scoffed at those arguments during the hearing, after which Trump reiterated his claims of innocence.
I shouldn't have a trial. This is not a trial. This is not an act of criminality. I would have no problem testifying. I didn't do anything wrong.
There you hear the former president. Trump's lawyer argued the prosecutor deliberately chose to withhold the evidence to further delay the trial for the purpose of election interference. The judge asked Trump's lawyer to produce a single legal precedent to back up those claims. The former president's lawyer failed, prompting this response from the judge. Quote, "You're literally accusing the Manhattan DA's office and the people assigned to this case of engaging in prosecutorial misconduct and of trying to make me complicit in it, and you don't have a single cite to support that position," end quote.
Meantime, a separate court made another decision in Trump's civil fraud case. A New York appeals court pushed back a bond deadline for Trump to appeal the judgment in that case. The court also lowered Trump's bond from nearly $500 million to $175 million. This is the case in which a judge found Trump guilty of lying about his wealth to dupe insurers and banks. Trump has 10 days now to put up the new amount.
It's 6:35 today. The Supreme Court is hearing arguments in a case that could affect the most common type of abortions here in the U.S. Most people end pregnancies in the U.S. that they use pills. Now, a lawsuit is challenging the FDA's power to make it easier to get the drug mifepristone. As Amy Kiley reports, a ruling in the case could have a significant impact on abortion access.
It's likely the most important abortion case since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Today, the justices hearing oral arguments about mifepristone. The plaintiffs and their supporters argue the FDA broke the law by letting patients get it through telehealth and the mail.
Just because you are sitting in California does not mean that you are not violating the laws of Florida, Texas, and 30 other states.
Laws do vary by state. New York actively protects doctors who send mifepristone to places that ban it.
First month, we sent about 4,000 pills into restricted states, and now we're up to around 10,000 pills a month.
The study shows nearly 1 in 10 abortions in the first 6 months post-Dobbs involved telehealth and mifepristone. The drug is one reason abortions actually increased after that ruling. Pills now account for almost 2/3 of U.S. abortions. Providers say buried in those statistics are stories of people who want to give birth but suffer health complications. They argue obstacles to abortion put them at risk.
Those delays are really scary for an OBGYN. Things tend to go bad quickly.
Some drug makers say they worry the case could set a precedent for more legal challenges to FDA approvals. They say that uncertainty could reduce investments in other types of new drugs. I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The Supreme Court is likely to make the decision on mifepristone in June. Right now, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul is part of a group of attorneys general urging the court to protect access to this medication. Kaul says, quote, "This case asks the Supreme Court to ignore science and the law in order to further reduce reproductive freedom. The court should reject this attack on access to medication abortion."
Now to continuing coverage of the Mark Wagner trial. The DCI agent is charged with recklessly endangering the public for his role in the shooting of Quadron Wilson in 2022. Jurors will return this morning for another day of testimony. Yesterday, jurors heard from Wilson about what happened that day. Listen.
They got out of the front car and immediately you just put your hands up.
Yeah, when they told me to put my hands up.
And then you said, as one of them, you didn't know which, said, quote, "He's got a gun."
That's all I heard was he got a gun.
He's got a gun.
Yelling, yeah.
You heard someone say that.
I heard somebody scream, "Gun, he got a gun," yes.
And you said, "No, I don't."
I screamed no and I dove towards the passenger side.
And then you heard 15 to 20 different shots.
Man, it felt like 1,000 shots, to be honest with you.
The trial is scheduled to wrap up Friday. News 3 Now will continue to cover it and bring you updates from the courthouse. You can follow along with the Channel 3000 mobile app. This week, Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin will be campaigning throughout the state, and she'll be in parts of our viewing area. The senator is making some campaign stops in Fort Atkinson on Wednesday. Thursday, she'll be in Richland Center and Viroqua. Then on Friday, Baldwin will make her final stops in Reedsburg and Wisconsin Dells. Right now, Baldwin's in the middle of her campaign for re-election. Her opponent is Republican businessman Eric Hovde. In recent weeks, Hovde's campaign as a Washington outsider who can fix D.C.'s problems for Wisconsinites. Meanwhile, Baldwin's campaigned on her bipartisan track record. Primary voters will see the candidates' names on their respective parties' ballots in April.
Also on the ballot for at least 19 school districts in our viewing area, school referenda. That's when a district asks for a rise in property taxes to cover certain costs. There are two different types of referenda that you might see on a ballot. The first is a capital referendum or debt service. Those funds go towards specific projects like construction. The other is an operating referendum. Districts request That when they need money just to stay open.
Because of that declining enrollment, the school funding formula takes student enrollment as a primary factor. So if your enrollment's going down, your revenue limit is going down as well. And similarly, low-income districts are more likely to pass operating referenda, and high-income districts are more likely to pass capital referenda.
If you see the word recurring near your referendum, that means the district wants that raise forever. If you see non-recurring, that raise will eventually sunset. Districts are asking you to vote on those referendas again on April 2nd.
With the primary just 1 week away now, the DMV is helping you make sure that you have everything you need to cast your vote. If you don't know what forms of identification are acceptable at the polls, head to the Wisconsin Elections Commission website. If you need an ID, start at the DMV's website. If you're only looking to get the ID in order to vote, the DMV will give it to you for free. You'll want to go to the nearest DMV and bring a birth certificate, proof of identity, and Wisconsin residency. There are other options if you don't have those documents readily available, too. You can find that information and all these details at this story at channel3000.com. 6:40 now, a live look in Baltimore, Maryland this morning at the Francis Scott Key Bridge as rescue efforts, recovery efforts continued this morning after a cargo ship rammed into the bridge overnight.
And it's been wet over the last couple of hours. The rain breaking up a little bit for now, maybe a little bit of a break, but more rain on the way. The first warn forecast just ahead.
And in the 608 this morning, I'll share where and when you can grab a meal this week and support Special Olympics Wisconsin. We'll be right back.
It was time to make an improvement and to help on my power bills, both heating and cooling. And I'm very impressed with the windows themselves, plus the installers.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers, A+ rated with the BBB. And now during our Spring Into Savings event, get a house full of new windows for only $49.95. That's right, just $4,995 for new EcoSky windows, installation included, with 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 18 months. Plus, receive a free $100 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. And call during this program for a bonus. Purchase 10 or more of our premium windows and receive free installation on a patio door. From Madison and throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616.
My name is Jack Frank. I'm a retired paper mill worker in the valley here, and I work for Copeland Bus part-time on the side. I've had my own route now here for the last 3-4 years, and the kids on it are great. Flexible hours, they work with you in many different ways. If you've got something going, they accommodate you, or they try to get somebody to run your road. Copeland treats you decent. You know, all the years I worked here. It's a great place to work.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
As the seasons change, it's so refreshing. And at Madison Lighting, they're following the trends in lighting and home decor. Their lighting experts help me bring my style to light. A fresh start with lighting for indoors and out at Madison Lighting.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
News 3 Now brings you a preview of Wisconsin spring elections. What's at stake on the April ballot? From key races to statewide amendments, what you need to know before heading to the polls. Plus, expert political analysis from both parties on Wisconsin's vital role as a battleground state and the issues that matter most today and moving forward to November. Campaign 2024, Battleground Wisconsin.
Tonight at 6:30 on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back. We're following up on a story from yesterday where we warned you about people selling fake solar eclipse glasses.
So to make sure you have the right glasses to view the eclipse, a local group is helping out. Group Health Cooperative of South Central Wisconsin is giving away 4,000 pairs of free glasses at its clinics from now until the eclipse. All you have to do is go to one of their locations and ask for a pair. You can find a full list of locations. Just go to this story at channel3000.com.
All right, 6:44 on your Tuesday. Kelly Slifka's here with your first warned weather. No umbrella now, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, I've been able to take down the umbrella, give it a little bit of a break, but I would keep it handy because we do have some more rain that'll be spreading in as we go through the later part of the morning, but just a little bit of a break right now, and we could probably use it. There's a lot of puddles out on the patio here at the this morning. You see in those purple areas, 2.5 inches of rain from Janesville up into parts of Jefferson County. That dark purple really indicating some pretty good rainfall. In the Madison area, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches on the east side. You go to the west side, about 1/2 to 1 inch. Then as you go further to the west, the amounts do taper off quite a bit. And they really need it in southwestern Wisconsin. Some of the folks out west are still under a severe drought. Right now, the rain showers are lifting on the north side of Madison, Wanakee, Sun Prairie, seeing some of the rain up through Beaver Dam. Watertown seeing some pretty steady rains. So a little bit of a break here on the south side. Fitchburg over toward Verona, seeing a little bit of a break, but there might be a little bit of drizzle and mist mix in. But there's more moisture to our south. You can see this big area of rain over Iowa. That's what's expected to move in later this morning into the early afternoon. So keep that umbrella handy. Might need to give it a break now for the next couple of hours. We are expecting rainy conditions at times, especially this morning into the early afternoon. And then as the afternoon wears on, colder air moves in, and that will drop our temperatures through the 40s. Tomorrow's going to be a much cooler day, and we'll start out in the 20s, only getting up to 40, even with the sunshine tomorrow. So we're out ahead of this warm system right now, the storm system right now here in Wisconsin, while on the backside of it, where the winds are out of the northwest, that colder air clashing with that area of low pressure, and that's what's creating the heavier snows falling across parts of Minnesota, extreme northwestern Wisconsin. Thankfully for us, been mainly rain. There might be a few snowflakes mixed in later today, but it's mainly going to be some rain. Those chances of rain do diminish as we get toward the rush hour, the dinner hour, and that should be history by this evening. All right, it is breezy this morning as well, with the south wind up there at about 15 miles per hour, 10 to 20 miles per hour. This storm system wrapping up. We got one more bout of energy moving in later this morning into the early afternoon. Then most of the rain starts to taper off, but there might be a flake or two of snow as everything starts to wind down. Then northwest winds usher in some cooler temperatures. Well, thankfully, we're not getting the snow like they are expecting across parts of Minnesota, extreme northwestern Wisconsin. You go northwest of Eau Claire, talking about some significant impacts of several inches of snow, maybe a little bit more towards Superior. So another batch of some rain moving through later this morning, let's say after 10 o'clock up until about 1 o'clock, and then I think we'll get a little bit of a break. But as that system moves on through, our wind switch around the northwest, that'll usher in some cooler temperatures, and will fall down below freezing here at 11 o'clock tonight. As far as additional rainfall, maybe another 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, lesser amounts out to the west where they really could use it. 51 right now in the Dalles, 50 in Madison, 52 currently in Janesville. First warm forecast keeps it wet today. Some much needed rain for most areas. A drier day tomorrow. We need to dry out. We'll be cooler, 40 for the afternoon high after starting out in the 20s. 48 Thursday. We're back in the 50s Friday. I think that chance of rain will hold off until Friday night into Saturday morning primarily. Right now, Easter Sunday does look dry. Maybe some nighttime showers with temperatures in the upper 40s.
All right, Kelly, thank you. 6:48 now. Time to see what's going on in the 608 this morning. Well, folks, we're giving you an opportunity to give back to Special Olympics Wisconsin this week.
That's right. Our Josh Sprider is here with how it involves grabbing some grub. I like the sound of that, Josh.
Hey, you betcha, guys. Good morning. Special Olympics Wisconsin is once again joining forces with Jersey Mike's subs locations in the 608 and beyond. This is for the 14th annual March Month of Giving campaign to support local charities. We want to give you a heads up that tomorrow is Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Local Jersey Mike's restaurants will be giving 100% of Wednesday's sales, not just profit. That's 100% to Special Olympics Wisconsin. Also happening during this month of March, customers have the option to round up their purchase to the nearest dollar and give back that way as well. Right now, you can also donate $1, $3, or $5 when placing your order. I'm told every little donation helps, as all of this goes straight back into the community. Special Olympics Wisconsin says these donations support both their coaches and athletes and really means a lot to them in their mission. For more information on Jersey Mike's subs locations and this this initiative, you can go to this story on channel3000.com. Again, tomorrow, 100% of sales.
That's awesome.
I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars has been raised over the years to be able to give back to Special Olympics, and we know that their mission is incredible here in the community and giving everyone an opportunity to succeed.
Yeah, that's right. Find your, closest Jersey Mike's, get there, order some subs, and give back. Love it.
Very generous. Great organization, Special Olympics Wisconsin.
Really is.
Sure, it does help out a lot of folks. Thanks, Josh.
You bet.
That's tomorrow. 100% of all the sales, not just the profits. Josh is always looking for inspiration to share with you folks at home in the 608. So if you have an idea you want to see on TV, find him on social media or send him an email.
All right, coming up in the morning sprint, why a famous rapper's home was raided.
Also in the sprint, more coverage on the collapse of a major bridge in Baltimore. And fire officials are calling a dire emergency. We'll have an update right after this.
But before we get there, we want to wish a very special happy 3rd birthday to Liam. Happy birthday.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
EcoSky windows from Mad City are designed and engineered to provide superior protection and security. Plus, with our price lock guarantee, receive a free design consultation and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Ask about the tax credit for new Energy Star rated windows. And remember, during our Spring Into Savings event, get a house full of new windows for only $49.95. These are the biggest savings of the year. All new windows plus installation for just $4,995 with 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 18 months. Senior and military discounts. Plus, receive a free $100 Walmart gift card with estimate. And last chance to call during this program for a bonus. Purchase 10 or more of our premium windows and receive free installation on a patio door. From Madison and throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. During Chevy truck season, get 0.9% financing on all 2023 and 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or qualified lessees can get this Silverado for $499 a month.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing at your local Cub Cadet dealer today. To find the dealer near you, visit cubcadetdealers.com.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
BMO. Catch the Bucks on broadcast TV when they square off with the Pelicans on your new local home for select Bucks games. Watch Giannis and the Bucks fly into NOLA to zap Zion and the soaring Pelicans. It's Dame time in the Big Easy. Bucks, Pelicans on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Thursday, March 28th at 7 on Television Wisconsin.
Unbox the future. Join Girl Scouts.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
We're keeping an eye on that breaking news in Baltimore. Video showing the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsing overnight. It collapsed into the Patapsco River early this morning after a large cargo ship struck a column. You can see this dramatic video. Within the last hour or so, officials say they have pulled 2 people from the water, 1 seriously hurt. It's still a very active scene as search and rescue continues. Stay tuned to CBS Mornings for more in-depth coverage of the collapse coming up at the top of the hour.
The DCI agent charged for his role in the shooting of Quadron Wilson will be back in court today. Yesterday, Wilson himself testified before the jury. He described the moment he was shot and the moments after. The jury will be back in the Dane County Courthouse this morning. The trial is scheduled to continue and end this week.
Former President Donald Trump's trial for the hush money case will begin on April 15th. That comes after Trump's lawyers argued the case should be thrown out. The judge says their argument was insufficient. Meanwhile, in Trump's civil fraud case, an appeals court is allowing him to pay less than the original bond amount. That money is due in just over a week.
Today, the Supreme Court will hear arguments about the abortion drug mifepristone. Plaintiffs argue the FDA broke the law when they let patients get the drug through telehealth and mail. Studies show that's how nearly 1 in 10 abortions post-Dobbs happen. The court is set to decide on whether to limit the FDA's expansion of the drug's access in June.
A Texas man is dead after getting stuck in a cleaning water tank in Trempealeau County. 30-year-old Carlos Medina of El Paso died Saturday. He was cleaning the city of Blair's water tank. He's believed to have gotten hypothermic. That's when he got tangled in the tube that he was using to clean. First responders got him out, but he was already declared dead. The sheriff's office ruled the death as an accident.
The rapper Sean Diddy Combs is facing allegations of sex trafficking this morning. Federal law enforcement agents raided his Los Angeles home yesterday, while other agents raided his homes in Miami. Homeland Security officials say they've received allegations of him drugging women in multiple states. It's unknown if the rapper was present during the raids.
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock on this wet start to our Tuesday morning. A lot of the rain, the steady rain, is now lifted to the north of Madison, up through Partyville and also Beaver Dam. So we do have some dry weather for the next several hours, but as we get toward 10, 11 o'clock, I expect some more rain to move on in. We're in the low 50s, but here comes that second band of some rain moving through here between 10 and about 1 o'clock, and then we'll see temperatures drop into the 40s later today. It's going to be another windy day with the south winds eventually switching around the west, bringing us some cooler temperatures. The rain showers should become more scattered this afternoon. Tomorrow, quite a bit cooler, waking up to 20s, near 40, with some sun returning, 48 on Thursday. Another system brings us a chance to rain Friday night into Saturday.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. All right, folks, if you want more information, stay tuned on the bridge collapse in Baltimore. CBS Mornings begins right at 7 with the latest details.